This is Ice Cream Gecko, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the Ferrero Rondnoir with the dark chocolate pearl center. I bought this box for €2.99 on sale at my local Globus, and now we're going to take a very close look at this. And let's turn this thing around, take a look at the back of the box. You've got a sort of like a carton insert with the writing on it. Pause if you want to read that stuff right there. Pause if you want to read the ingredients list and the nutrition table in German, and pause if you want to read the ingredients list in Italian. Pause if you want to take a look at what's written here at the bottom. 14 of these Ferrero Rondnoir balls equate to 138 grams. Isn't that wonderful? Now, I probably wouldn't have bought these if they weren't on sale, but I'm glad that they were, because I wanted to take a look at these for quite some time now, and I always like these boxes as well. Those never really go into the trash, at least in my case. There's always, some way to utilize them in the household. Now, without further ado, let's open up this thing at this pull tab. Oh, okay. I've got a bit of a adhesive film all around the side of this thing. It was standing in a nice presentation box as well, like one set of packs like this and the others like these at a 45-degree angle. Very nice presentation indeed. So let's do away with the plastic film right here and open up this thing. Okay, I've got a plastic film hinge there at the back, and here we've got a 14 Rondnoirs, I guess. Color-wise, they are a lot lighter in color than they are on camera. At least it doesn't seem to be the case that they are properly brown on camera. That's unfortunate. It doesn't really change too much when I adjust the light here. Still, it looks a bit lighter than it does on the camera screen. I'll put in the video description a little annotation whether or not that is the case in the final video as well. Now let us take out one Rondnoir ball right here. So we've got which makes this a bit cheesy, I guess. Is this like a piano keyboard? I think that's a bit cheesy, isn't it? Oh well. So let's take off the bottom right here. Okay, we've got. I thought that these were just like Ferrero Rocher, but fancier. But this thing has got a flat bottom. That's interesting. So how do we open up this thing properly? Okay, there we open up this thing properly. I don't even know if I ever had these before. I think that I did, but they don't look familiar at all. Okay, we've got those chocolate balls around thing, and then we've got like a chocolate topping. The base is just regular chocolate stuff. Let's just taste this right away. Okay, that's taste of chocolate, of darker chocolate. It has got a lot more of a chocolate or cocoa flavor, I should say, to it than the regular Ferrero Rocher does. There's no hazelnut cream in here that makes this sort of like a watered down version of chocolate or darker chocolate. This right here tries to be a lot more fancy than that. So let us open up another one of these and slice it through. So the center of the thing, yeah, there was a little pearl in there, I think, that was tasting of darker chocolate. It was called like the dark chocolate pearl center, right? Yeah, that was what it was called. Now we have that pearl in the center and that sauce around there, and we've got that sort of wafer material that houses this entire thing. Okay, let's take the spoon and see what the sauce on the inside tastes of. Reminds me a lot of Nutella when it comes to the color of this stuff. It's interesting. It doesn't taste much like Nutella though. Sure, this is sort of it tastes like a mixture of a chocolate cream and a hazelnut cream, but it is not nearly as intense as Nutella is. It is smoother as Nutella, at least it feels that way. And there also is a lot darker of a taste to it as well. Let us take a look. Okay, so we've got some sort of coating on that inner pearl. So there is a white pearl actually in there with a darker chocolate core. Okay, That's interesting. I didn't expect any sort of coating on that thing. I thought like dark chocolate would be fine in chocolate sauce. Well, maybe it isn't. Yeah, when you just eat this on its own, it really reminds me of Smarties. It's got that sugar coating, that darker chocolate on the inside. It comes closer to Smarties than I anticipated, that's for sure. Okay, I'll go for the other half as well. This is for science, I guess. Now, to be fair, I could just leave it at that, eat the rest of this pack and call it a day, go straight to the review sheet. But something I'm interested in is actually if that ball on the inside, if that sugar coating is oh, it's broken already in there. Can you see that? I wanted to essentially de-lid this particular thing and take out the ball. I thought that this was for maybe insulation, maybe to keep the inside from mixing with the outside, but this stuff right here, you can see all those cracks. I thought that was because I cut through this, but it does have the cracks even when the ball is still intact. That's interesting. Now this doesn't really look like something that you would eat, covered in stuff. I don't even want to talk more about that. But it's going in. Yeah, just another Smarties piece, as it seems, Something that I've got to say is that I don't find this stuff to be nearly as delicious as regular Ferrero Rocher. The regular Ferrero Rocher has got a certain flavour to it that is untouched by anything. And this Rondnoir stuff right here, overall it tastes good, right? So it's got that darker chocolate flavour. It's got that dark chocolate pearl on the inside. The broken pearl, as we now know. Those balls on the outside here, those are, just regular darker chocolate granules, I think. I don't even know what it is exactly that's in here. I don't really care too much about it either. But it kind of feels like this stuff right here takes itself a bit too seriously almost. Like it doesn't really taste like a proper well-made praliné in any way, no. It is still a mass-produced thing, but it tries to be all fancy, and I don't think it is fancy enough to have, unironically, a piano keyboard on here. Or isn't this? I think this is like a piano keyboard with like a pearl, a golden glowing pearl jumping across the individual keys. It's just way too cheesy in my opinion. Straight out of the 2000s, I think. This does not mean that I don't like this at all. It's just that this sits in an odd place between regular, like, darker bar chocolate than actual fine praliné sort of chocolatier stuff and the regular Ferrero Rocher. And it doesn't really know where it really belongs to. It tries to be on the very fine chocolatier side, but overall it doesn't leave that impression. It still has that mass-produced chocolate flavor to it, and yeah, I think it tries to be more than it actually is. That's what I'm really trying to say. Yeah, still, it's okay though. But I'm glad that I just paid $2.99 for this. But the box is nice. Okay, I think I'm going to eat one or two more of these, and then I'll be back with you and the review sheet in just a second. Alright, the consumption process is complete, and we're ready to rate this with the review sheet. The first impression of this thing has been fine. Presentation was nice. Purchasing experience was nice with that very special tray that they all sat on. Overall, it's a very nice looking product at first glance. Color-wise, same story here. Nothing to complain about when it comes to the color of the individual ingredients. The chocolate looked nice. That darker chocolate was fine as well. Those balls here on the outside, those were looking good as well. I don't have anything to complain about it in that regard. Consistency and texture-wise, I've got to say that I was slightly let down by this, because for some reason I expected something that is similar in crunchiness as the Ferrero Rocher is, and this right here definitely is not. That core on the inside is just a darker chocolate with that oddly weird sort of Smartie like sugar coating around it. That was weird, didn't expect that, don't really enjoy that too much. And the boards on the outside and the wafer on the inside that houses this entire thing, that makes this a ball in the first place. I think there could be a bit more crunch to it in that regard. So yeah, just 1.5 out of 2 available points there. Taste-wise, 3 out of 5. Just because I don't think that this is as awesome as I would assume it is when you look at the packaging, the entire presentation, like the weird sort of theme that they're going for, that high-class theme almost. I don't think it is up there when it comes to flavor at all. The chocolate is okay for a regular mass-produced product like this, but it is not high-class chocolatier sort of stuff. And I think it, like I said, it takes itself a bit too seriously, and it tastes a bit too mass-produced, too quote cheap unquote, I have to say. Not incredibly awesome, but it's not like incredibly bad either. I think it's somewhere in between, and therefore 3 out of 5 points in the taste department. Theme realization wise, I give 0.75 out of 1 available point, simply because this is okay as a product, but I've got to say that I'm probably not going to buy this again, because like I said, it sits between worlds. It tries to be something it really isn't when it comes to flavor, and while the entire presentation and that sensation of opening up these individually wrapped thingies and the hot glue on these bottom pieces, that's all nice and well, but I don't know, it's a bit weird. Just a little bit too weird for me, I've got to say. Therefore, 0.75 out of 1 available point in the theme realization department. 7.25 out of 10 is therefore the final rating for the Ferrero Rondnoir. And I think this is where we're going to end this particular video. If you've got a question or a video suggestion, leave it in the comment section down below. And if you want to see more videos just like this one, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope we're going to see you soon. Until then, bye bye.